Spring is finally here, and it's a beautiful sunny day here in the Pacific Northwest. And it's time to continue with those wonderful samples that my friend Colleen sent me from Neiman Marcus, and we're going to be exploring more of the MEMO line. So stay tuned.
Lights, models, guest list. Just do your best, darling.
Wonderful individual. Thank you. And remember, I've known you longer than your daughter.
Champa's all right for you, Pat.
Lovely, sweetie.
Should we finish off the beluga, or should we have some smoked salmon and nibbly things?
Or whatever, sweetie.
All right, we'll finish off.
So let's begin with Lalibela. Here it is in its little sample that Colleen sent. And by the way, if you're near San Francisco, in San Francisco, definitely go into Neiman Marcus. And there are two people you should really ask for. One is Colleen, and she is the rep for MEMO, and the other is the rep for Ubicon, and that's Michal Kaczynski. But let's go on and explore this one. This is a Shaffer Floral, and its main accords are vanilla sweet floral, balsamic, and coconut and rose. Lalibela is inspired by the city of Lalibela in Ethiopia, which is about 2,500 meters above sea level, and it's a Christian holy place. The legend is that angels came down from heaven and built 12 churches there, hewn out of solid rock. And if I'm not mistaken, that's the place that legend says that the Ark of the Covenant is hidden. But on with the review. Okay. And here we go. It's for women. Interesting. It has top notes of peony, coconut, orchid, and rose. And I'm definitely getting a very strong opening of coconut and vanilla. There's vanilla in the middle notes, and as well as patchouli, labdanum, and jasmine. Have you ever noticed that almost every fragrance has jasmine in it? It's like the Godfather flower in so many fragrances. And the base notes are tobacco, precious woods, and incense. It's interesting. I don't know if I would call it a Shaffer. It is kind of too sweet for that. It's interesting. I would have to wear this a bit more to see if it really is something that I would really like. But it has a definitely sweet vanilla coconut thing going on, almost dessert-like. Let's move on to the next one. The next one is Inlay, and the nose behind this one and the previous one we just talked about is Eleanor Massenet, and this is inspired by Lake Inlay, which is in the former Burma, which is now called Myanmar. And this is a floral fruity. The accords are fruity, floral, green, white florals, and fresh spicy. So let's try this out. Now the first one I sprayed on my wrist, and the rest I'm going to do on paper because I only have 2 wrists and there's more than 2 fragrances here. So Now, I, as a lot of you know, am not a fan of the floral fruities, but this is rather nice. It has top notes of mint, artemisia, and bergamot. The middle notes are spices, osmanthus, jasmine again, and mate or mat, which is a South American kind of tea, a traditional South American tea drink. And the base notes are iris, musk, and cedar. So it is fading very fast. It had a very interesting opening, a little minty, a little like a mint tea, but it really is just disappearing. So I'm going to actually put a little on my skin to see if maybe that will make it more vibrant. So let's try and see how that reacts to a pulse point. It really is nice. It really is a nice fragrance on the skin. The opening is quite beautiful. Minty, a little spice. It does have a very light Asian feel about it. So I think she got it right in trying to capture that feeling of this beautiful lake in the middle of Southeast Asia. It's really quite beautiful, but it's already fading, so it's probably very short-lived fragrance, but then why not reapply? If you can afford it, do it. On to the next one. Next we have Kidu. Kidu is also by Eleanor Massenet, and it's a floral green with the accords of green floral, citrus, musk, and fresh spicy. Now Kidu is a plain in Indonesia that is nicknamed the Garden of Java, and it's a holy place. And there you take, when you say your prayers, you take little sesame seeds and you throw them onto the fire, and it's supposed to bring you longevity. So that's a very interesting concept. So let's see if this takes us to the Garden of Java. Ooh, grapefruit. It's very citrusy. Very citrusy opening. So the top notes are neroli, grapefruit, and mandarin orange. It has middle notes of mate again, freesia, rose, peony, and base notes of oak moss, musk, and sesame, of course, sesame seeds. Quite beautiful. Very light, very spring-like. I would say it's very interesting. These Asian-inspired ones certainly are kind of minimal in their construction and have a very Zen-like aspect to them. It really is. Let's try this on the skin. I have to try it on the skin. It's quite beautiful. Like I said, very minimalist. It's almost an abstract expressionist kind of fragrance in that there's a void in it that pulls you in. It's not a dark void, but a clear, meditative kind of space. Really, truly beautiful. So on to the last one. From 2016, we have, by Eleanor Massenet, Marfa. Now, Marfa, from what I understand, is inspired by the town of Marfa, Texas. And that is an interesting place because it is where they filmed the great 1956 film by Warner Brothers of Giant, starring Rock Hudson, James Dean, and Elizabeth Taylor. This is a floral woody musk. Its accords are white floral, tuberose, sweet, powdery, and citrus. So let's try it out and see what we think. I'm going to put this on the skin after all, because these seem to work better on the skin than on the paper. So here we go. This is a desert in bloom. This is springtime in the desert. Marfa is a very desolate kind of deserty part of Texas, of West Texas. Oh, this is really beautiful. It has top notes of mandarin and orange blossom, mid notes of ylang ylang, aloe, and tuberose, of course, and the bottom notes are sandalwood, white musk, cedar, and vanilla. So I'll tell you that tuberose is kind of if there is such a thing, a desert tuberose. It's very dry. It's very light tuberose, and it's really polished, it really is polished by the sandalwood that's in there. And there's a little bit of vanilla coming up now that is added to it. It's a sweet fragrance, sweet, and it's really just evocative of the wonderful smells in the desert in the springtime. It really is. So there we have my take on these fragrances sent to me by the wonderful Colleen at Neiman Marcus. And I will put a link down below to MEMO's website. You can check these out there for yourself. And stay tuned because some interesting things are coming up. But in the meantime, remember, wear what you love and not what they say you like. This is Lionel Smith from Sense Memory. Cheers.